So this little video is going to show you how we taught you how to use the technique of trying to get the bone, which is your radial head. This is your radius bone. And a lot of times this bone will shift a little bit and cause a lot of tennis elbow problems, or radial nerve, meaning the nerve on the back of your thumb gets irritated. And so there's a way to help you get this bone to shift down so that it's kind of out of the way and not pinching or causing irritation to the nerve. Also, this bone right here, the one that's at your elbow that you straighten and bend it, also can be out of place as well. So I'm going to show you how to try to get that bone back into place. And then I'm going to show you how you can use kinesiology tape to help you keep the bone in place while you're trying to strengthen it to not have that problem. So how do we do this? So you can either do it on a table, you can do it by your side, but what you're going to do is you're going to start with your hand in this neutral plane. And then as you bring your hand around to the other side, these fingers are going to come and hold this muscle right here. And then as you turn your hand, your fingers are going to press down on the muscle, and then you're going to pull down on the bone as you turn your palm up. And you do that for like 3 seconds and then just let go. And then just turn your hand down and turn your hand up and see if it's moving better. Before you actually even do that, see how you're doing with that rotation. If you notice that you can't turn all the way up or you can't turn all the way down, but the other hand is better, then you definitely need to do this technique. So start from the center, take the other hand, come around and hold this muscle, relax your fingers. You're just going to hold down with your fingers. As you turn your hand, you're going to just pull on the bone and try to get that hand to go farther over. Then let go, and then turn it down and turn it up and see if that's better. If it's a little tight still, you can actually do a little light stretching, passive range of motion, to see if that can rotate better after you've done that little adjustment. And then sometimes, again, this bone is out of place. So if you put your elbow perfectly straight and it's not hanging straight, well, let's say it's like that, a little bit of a bend, that it means that this bone is not inside the socket. So you can actually help yourself get this bone in the socket as well. You can either use a pillow so you're not hurting your elbow on a table, or you can just use the side of your body and stabilize your elbow into your side. And then you can either have your hand palm up or palm neutral, or you can do both of them, a little bit of both. And you're going to hold that part of your forearm and then settle your elbow into your side and just take your hand and push toward the center of your body, or if it's on the table on a pillow, you're just pushing straight into the table. And you can put your elbow in a little bit more straight position and a little bit more bent, not too much, you just no more than this angle. Or you can turn your hand this way as well and push down and into the pillow. So I'm pulling straight down into the pillow, and then check again and see if that's hanging better. If it is, that's great. So those are the two bones. You got to make sure that they're in place. And then we've been teaching people how to use kinesiology tape to help you keep that position. So I'm going to show you we show people how to do that. And there's many different pieces. You may not need all these pieces. Your therapist will tell you which ones you're going to need. But I'm going to tape my arm up as though you need all of them, but you may not need all of them. So you're going to take one piece like this size. Make sure that you cut the outside to make it round. And you're going to start taking the tape off and start about that much, no more than that. And then you're going to take that piece that's free and you're going to put it right where your fingers were on that part of your skin, like that, okay? You're going to make your hand start in that neutral plane. You're going to come up and make a little fold at the top. And then you come around like you did with your adjustment. As you turn your hand, you're going to put a little pull on that tape. And when you get all the way up, you rub it in there And then the last little piece you just take off and tack it in. So the stretch is from here to here while you turn your hand up. And then you can move your hand up and down. You'll just feel that that tape is helping you come up. It just pulls you up. And then if you're having a little problem with that elbow, the therapist will tell you which direction they're going to test it, which direction that little point of the bone of the ulna needs to go, either to the inside or to the outside. But I'll show you how to do both. So you take your little strips, you're going to break it in half, and you're going to fold it over, and then you'll fold it over. Okay, so now you have a little space to start, and you're going to kind of have that little bone ready, and you can place it with a little bit of a bent elbow right on that side. So now you have it right on that bone. Now you're going to come to the end again, fold it over so you have something to hold on to, and then you're going to go around the bone and pull toward the inside. And then you're going to do the same thing with the other one. So come, take a little bit of the paper off, come around, then turn your hand over, and then pull toward that side. So now you're going to feel this pressure on that part of your elbow. If you need one on the other side, you may not need one on the other side, but if the therapist does have that on there, you just do the same thing on the other side. So you're going to go like that, over, and this time you're going to come on that side of the bone. Put it right in the middle, okay? Then you're going to pull a little bit off, right? And then you're going to turn it over, and then you're going to do that nice little same stretch, kind of over like that. And then you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Get a little bit ready to go. And now you're going to pull that direction. Okay? So you should see kind of this little piece of skin kind of sticking out. It's kind of a funny looking thing, but it's actually helping support that bone in place. The last little piece that you can do, and you can either do this before or after these two, is if that bone tends to not want to stay in, you can actually help get it to stay in by using one of these a little bit longer. And you'll, because you want that bone to be in the socket, you'll start above, like about here, right? And then again, you're going to go to the end, and so you have something to pull. So you start with your elbow kind of flexed, get it ready, and then as you straighten your elbow, you're going to give it a pull to get the elbow to be in place. Okay, so now that piece of tape is holding your elbow in place. And now you're open and close, and you know, you'll feel a little tension here, but it actually is holding that whole section into place. So that's how you tape those two bones to keep them in place. That's it.